The second item I would like to mention refers to a moving, historic presentation this morning by the President of Ukraine to a joint session of Congress. He did it virtually by remote because he is literally in Kyiv, risking his life every single day for his nation. Vladimir Zelensky may have started life as a stand-up comedian. At this moment in life, he is a stand-up president of Ukraine who is confronting the monster of Moscow, who's unleashed this invasion on his country. He begged us to continue to help, and we will. Last week, we added almost $14 billion to the effort to support the Ukrainian defense and resistance. We need to do that and more. Many of the suggestions by the Republican senator are consistent with that goal, and I would endorse them. But I want to leave it to President Biden to make the critical decisions as our commander-in-chief, who is really tasked with America's national security as his highest priority. I take exception to this notion that Joe Biden didn't understand the timing of this crisis. He understood it better than anyone. He knew that if he pushed too far and too fast, two things might occur. First, that the Russians would move because we had precipitated it with an action we'd taken. He was hoping, as we all did, that this could be ended bloodlessly and that an innocent people would be saved from what we see, the devastation that is happening in Ukraine today. So he was careful to make those moves in a way that Putin couldn't use them as an excuse for starting the invasion. And second, and more important, he needed to move at a pace consistent with building the NATO alliance. President Joe Biden succeeded in that effort. The NATO alliance today is stronger than it has ever been. Don't believe the last president of the United States had anything to do with that. Just the opposite was true. Joe Biden picked up that alliance from the mat and brought them up to fighting trim to be ready, if needed, to defend every square inch, as he says, of NATO territory. That timing was crucial, and decisions which seemed so easy and obvious in America were much more complex on the continent of Europe. Joe Biden knew that, and he paced himself accordingly. And because of that, today we have the strongest alliance in the face of Vladimir Putin that he has ever seen and that we have ever seen. The last point I want to make to this, you could not watch the graphic video presented by President Zelensky without breaking your heart. Every parent and grandparent in America watching that video saw a member of his family, a child, a lifeless corpse because of madman Vladimir Putin and what he is doing to that poor country. Unprovoked, he has invaded them and kills innocent people every single day. Last night, unanimously, the Senate decided, as they should, that the conduct of Vladimir Putin is nothing short of a war crime. I can't think of any other way to describe it, and certainly never excuse it. Zelensky touched our hearts too. His people are fighting a valiant effort, and the United States and allies and countries that share our values stand behind him and will continue to.